Good evening, Austin. This is the Jeff Davis Show. I'm Gary Teague, and the host on my left, your right, is Jeff Davis.
And we are live, the 7th December 2008. This was Pearl Harbor Day.
Oh, it is. That's true, right.
Pearl Harbor Day. Hey, Sasan, before we get into some of this meteor stuff, what do you think about Pearl Harbor Day?
What about it?
Do you think it was, there are reports that, who was it, Roosevelt had heard, they had encoded the fact that the Japanese were going to bomb and they let it go and all that kind of. We don't discuss conspiracy theories.
That's
here.
right. This isn't a conspiracy theory program, Jeff. But I have heard those things, yeah.
You've heard those things?
Yeah.
Part of the Hegelian dialectic, I guess. But anyway, folks, we're live tonight, and 7 December 2008. 2 quick videos. And then Sasan's going to give a presentation on what is actually a crime. We're hearing a lot of these, the Texas State Legislature is coming to town here in just a few weeks, right?
Yeah, in January.
And they're probably going to pass another 1,500 laws, against jaywalking or whatever, cameras on the streets. That's kind of a hot issue right now, where these red light cameras, they'll be making decisions on things like that. So probably be another 1,500 new laws to get people into the system, I would guess. But we'll be talking about that here in just a little bit. And I want to encourage you folks, Wendy and Sasan, and I want to thank Wendy and Sasan for being here tonight. Wendy Slovak, and we have, like I say, a couple of quick videos, and then we're going to do it. Sasan, hi, Wendy. Hi, Sasan. And so I want to encourage you to visit our premier, brand new, it's about 6 weeks old now, something like that. Brand new premier website for the show, the official premier web page for the Jeff Davis Show. Simply just jeffdavisshow.com. Right there it is. And we have our issues up there. We have links to videos. You can watch playbacks of the show, YouTube. Just click on the video link. We have a links page. We want feedback. We've gotten some decent feedback. Have you seen the web page lately?
I have.
Have you seen that artwork that Mike Latham?
Oh, okay, the cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeff, he actually just submitted another one to me last night. I haven't had a chance to put it up yet, though.
I think that one was really good.
They're all good. Yeah.
About the jaywalking.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to, sir. We're gonna have to issue you a ticket for jaywalk because you might get hurt.
And say goodbye to $100.
Say goodbye to $100. So,
if you guys don't know what we're talking about, just go to jeffdavisshow.com. We've got Mike Latham, his artwork at the bottom of the page. You want to check that out. And like I said, he actually submitted a new one to me last night. I haven't had a chance to put it up, but probably tomorrow it'll be up and you can enjoy it.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're getting good feedback. Pretty much everybody that I've talked to that's seen the webpage likes it.
Yeah, it's real nice. Excellent setup.
Nice layout, good design. And Wendy and Sasan are basically the entrepreneurs for it. They designed it and everything. So yeah, jeffdavisshow.com, folks. I encourage you to visit and send us your ideas. Our emails are right there on the Contact Us page, and you can send us emails if you have any show ideas, comments, suggestions, guest ideas. You can just send us an email, and we can go from there. And but first, before we get to Sasan, we're going to be talking about here right after these short videos. We're going to be talking about what is actually a crime. Right there it is. And like I say, it's pretty. Sasan actually came up with this, and I think it's very appropriate considering the Texas State Legislature is fixing to convene here in a few weeks, and here in Austin.
Should be an interesting year.
Well, one year they passed they passed like 1,200 new laws, and it was all just a bunch of bullshit stuff that that doesn't even.
The reason I wanted to bring up this topic, Jeff, that we're going to talk about after the videos, is because a lot of people automatically believe that somehow if something is simply against the law, if it's against statute law, then it must be a crime. I beg to differ, and I'm going to explain why after we take a break.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Gary, tell us a little bit about what these videos we're going to be checking out here.
Oh, okay. The first one, I believe, will be Land of No Return.
Yeah, now that's played here 100 times, but it hasn't played on this show for a good 4 months or so we're going to play that.
Been a while. And the second one is Miracle Investigators.
We're going to play just what to you up there. You're the drunken priest sucking down the bottle.
Take a swig before.
Two shorts filmed here in Austin, right?
Yeah,
both filmed here in Austin. And so with that, I guess, hey, Sasan, what do you think? Want to try this quick caller?
Well, I don't know. We should probably go to the videos first and then come back and just do like a straight run. What do you think? Okay, we'll go to the videos. It's only going to be about 5 minutes, about a smoke break time. And then we'll be back to talk about what actually is a crime. There are a lot of these laws that are being passed. Are they legitimate crimes that they're putting in the books? And I would suggest absolutely not. And by the way, I'm hoping to get a camera person and do something with the state legislature this year. It'll interview a state rep about some issues or do something like that.
Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe the film commission.
Film commission, yeah. Okay, so let's go with the videos, and then we'll be back with Sasan's presentation on what exactly is a crime. Okay.
Can I come in here for a second?
Yeah, Dad, what is it?
The world's gotten out of hand, so I decided to blow it up tomorrow.
Oh, wait, blow it up? Isn't that a little harsh? I'm supposed to return to Earth, remember?
Return or schmurn. Besides, those people are so out of touch with reality.
Maybe you're the one who's out of touch, Dad.
Youth. So idealistic. So naive. Seems like only yesterday you were...
Dad, I'm like 2,000 years old.
All right already. Go return to your people. But you have one chance, and that's it.
There's good in this world, Dad. You'll see. I'll show you.
We bring you a special news bulletin from KA News.
Reports of Jesus sightings have been popping up all over the land. Son of God or imposter. We'll keep you up to date as this story develops.
Hey, Jesus, what's up, man?
Not much. How are you?
I'm good. I've just been drinking a little bit, but hey, I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. And I want to let you know, whenever I'm not in the bar, I'm in church. Every Sunday.
Today is Sunday.
Oh, hey, let me ask you this. Is smoking the tweet a sin?
If I said yes, would you stop?
Hey, look at the time. I gotta get going. I have a meeting with my gardener about some weed. I need to ask my gardener about some weeds in my garden. But hey, man, you keep it real. Have a good one.
Oh my God, you're Jesus.
That would be me.
What was the name of that book you wrote?
I never wrote a
What was the name
book.
of it? What's the name of it? Dion, is it the discotheque?
You mean the Bible?
Duh. Okay, so anyway, you know how you parted the Red Sea?
What?
Okay, so you parted the Red Sea. My father has red hair, and he parts it down the middle. How fucking cool is that?
JC, my main man. Oh, what's the shoes there, Jesus? That's imported albino crocodile from Burma.
Sorry.
Forget about it. My name's Andrew Copperdinger. You can call me Big Tex.
Okay.
Look here, I've got an idea for a TV show that's going to make us filthy rich.
TV show.
Actually, it's a reality show. Okay? So somebody on stage brings up a certain predicament.
Check this out, man. I was at this party the other night. This foreign ass bitch was throwing her titties and her ass off in my face and shit, dude.
Crowd yells,
What would Jesus do?
"What would Jesus do?" And then you shed some sort of light on the subject.
Jesus dogs, get your Jesus dogs. Can't go to heaven unless you get your Jesus dogs. Jesus, you want a wiener?
No, I do not want a wiener.
The National Atheist Conference is protesting against Jesus, saying that since they don't believe in God, then obviously there can't be a Jesus. The Black Militant Ministers Association is also here in protest, and they say, and I quote, "Jesus is not a cracker, he is a black man." And that's just some of the many organizations who are protesting against Jesus out here today. And in related news, Rob, the religious right is lobbying Congress to ban robes, facial hair, and flip-flops. I'm sorry, that's sandals inside strip clubs to prevent any further embarrassment from Jesus in the future. I'm Leslie Alvarez with KHA News. Back to you, Rob.
Father! Hey, come here, you evil coward! We're gonna get him!
Son.
Save it, Dad.
Brother Justin. Sweet and sour sauce.
Where's this church's priest?
Alvaro Guzman. We'd like to talk to you.
You're under arrest for bearing false witness to a miracle.
Go get statements and call dispatch for a temporary priest to come cover the masses here.
You have the right to remain penitent.
Built a monastery yet.
Keep praying, Father.
CCS, may I save you? I'm sorry, you're looking for white-collar crime. I'll transfer you.
I don't care if he was preaching about birth control. You don't pull a stunt like that in front of a crowd of...
Okay, folks, we are back live. 7 December 2008. I wanted to talk a little bit. We got Gary back in here, and Sasan and Wendy. Yesterday, folks, December 6th, Saturday, well, it was a very nice day, I thought. Jeff Davis Jr., who's my son, and been helping with this show since its inception. Got married yesterday, and I wanted to talk a little bit about with the group here. What'd you think about the proceedings yesterday?
Oh, it was beautiful, beautiful wedding. Weather was perfect, and everything went, I thought, perfect. From the wedding to the reception, and it was just beautiful all over wedding and reception.
Yeah. Jeff Davis Jr. married Miss Wanda Stein, who is now, I guess, Miss Wanda Davis. And Sasan and Wendy were also at the wedding. What are your all's thoughts about it? What have you?
It was great. It was a lot of fun. Like Gary said, the weather was perfect. The scenery was incredible. And I was honored to be the photographer for that wedding. That was a lot of fun. I got what I think are some pretty good shots that I know Jeff and Wander can enjoy.
I really enjoyed it too. I like the scenery in the background. Actually, that was probably the prettiest part of it. The location. Although I never knew that was back there, though. I mean, I would have never known, until obviously yesterday.
Now you all have a bunch of photos that you're going to put up on the net. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah. We have links on the website, jeffdavidshow.com, to the Flickr gallery of behind-the-scenes photos of the show. Soon, as soon as I'm done editing the photos that we've taken, I will upload them to Flickr, and it will have its own separate set just for Jeff and Wanda's wedding.
And I'm going to put up my photos up tonight, some of the favorite ones that I took on my Flickr account. So, yeah.
So as soon as they're out, folks, I'll launch a massive email like I do, and we'll get them out to people that want them. Have links up to where I want to wish Jeff and Wanda the very best, and I hope all their desires and ambitions come to fruition. And we added some more members to the family. It's about what it turned out to be. And it was a beautiful day. Like Gary said, the weather was perfect. Food was good. The reception was good at the Texas Land and Cattle. I know you like Texas Land and Cattle.
Oh, yes.
And so, yeah, it was so. Congratulations, Jeff and Wanda, and we had a good time. Okay, so with that, let's go. Like I said earlier, at the start of the show, Texas legislature is coming to town here in January, Texas State Legislature, and probably their goal is to pass thousands of new bullshit laws. And so Sasan's going to give us a little bit of a little monologue about what actually is a crime and what should the Texas State Legislature be doing. So go ahead, take it away, Sasan.
Well, Jeff, the reason I brought this up is because this is so fundamentally important to understand exactly what a crime is, because it does affect your daily life. A lot of people are under the impression, sadly, that if something is on the books as a law, in other words, if something is listed as being a crime by the government, that it is a crime. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. And as proof, I would submit to you, well, I know there's lots of you out there, like myself, who know that there are certain laws, if not most of the laws on the books, that should not be on the books. In other words, there's tons and tons of unjust laws. Laws that are passed simply so that the politician that promoted them could look good, so they could look like they were accomplishing something. So for people to say that simply because something is against the law, that it must be a crime, well, that's not a good enough answer for me. So how would you define a crime? For that, I think before you can define what a crime is, you first have to define what rights are. Because essentially a crime is a violation of rights. So what are your rights? Well, you have three of them, and I'll explain why you have those three. You have the right to life, you have the right to liberty, and you have the right to property, to own property. The reason why you have those three rights is because you can exercise those rights without infringing on the rights of others. And those rights, they don't come from government. They don't come from the Constitution. They don't even come from whatever God you believe in. They come from the fact that you are a person. You are capable of acting in society with others. Once again, the right to life, liberty, and property. You have those rights because you can exercise those without infringing on the rights of others. Now, what a crime is essentially violating those rights, violating somebody's life, liberty, or property. That's what a crime actually is. Murder. Murder is a crime. You're violating their life. Kidnapping. Violating somebody's liberty. Also a crime. Theft. Violating someone's property. Also a crime. Those are actual crimes. Thing is, most societies automatically recognize that those things are crime. It's not really something that has to be taught. It's not something that children have to be raised to believe. It's usually instinctual. You will actually see children on the playground. If one child pushes the other, and they are asked who started it, the kids will immediately point at each other and say, he started it. No, he started it. See, even at that young age, children understand that whoever initiated force, in other words, whoever violates the rights of others is the criminal, is at fault. And that's all a crime really is. If you are the one initiating violence against someone, initiating force against them, you are at fault. Hands down, no questions asked, you are the criminal.
Yes. And somebody smoking pot in their living room is not a crime.
Apparently not. I mean, it can be argued that when under the influence of certain drugs, that you may be more likely to commit a crime, but using those drugs does not necessarily mean that you will commit a crime. The act of using a drug by itself does not violate the rights of others.
Well, let me add, Sasan, there's an estimated 50 million recreational pot smokers in America. And the vast majority of them are not out committing real crimes.
Right.
So, and I wanted to just tie this into, once again, what's going on in Mexico, because the establishment media seems to be covering this pretty well. There have been over 4,000 people slaughtered in Juarez and surrounding areas in the country of Mexico along the border, and there's like 4,000 people dead. And folks, it's supposedly because of the drug cartels. Well, drugs do not kill 4,000 people like that. What's gathering all this violence and all this is is a bad drug policy.
Right. It's interesting to note that when you try to criminalize or to make illegal something that actually isn't a crime, something that actually isn't violating anybody's rights, like drug use, you will in fact create an environment favorable to real crime, to murder, to kidnapping, to theft.
Yes. And so, like I say, the Texas State Legislature is coming to town, and what do you think is going to happen? What would you like to see? Would you like to see anything done there? Or I'd like to see them repeal a bunch of laws. Now, I know that these red light cameras, which is really just, to me, just a source of revenue generation, they're under attack here. There's several civil libertarians that are against all these red light cameras that they're putting up. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's the kind of thing that, once one thing starts, then what's it going to be next?
Yeah.
That's one thing that, this General Motors, Chrysler, and who is it, Ford, are looking for money to help them get out of this economic situation they're in because of poor management. But really, there's no doubt they're going to be bailed out. The government's going to do it because they're the ones that going to have the chips in each of these new cars, where that'll be just another place to where the government can sooner or later come down and know where you've been, where you're going, or where you might go.
Chips in the cars,
Yeah, without the car manufacturers, new cars, that's what they're used for. And with those
tracking
chips,
and tracing.
Exactly.
How you all feel about that in there?
That's just added to the list. One more thing. Usually you should bring up what government's doing, because when speaking about what a crime actually is, once again, a crime is initiating force against someone else. Think about what government does. Think about any government that's ever existed, not just this one, but going back tens of thousands of years. Government is crime. Or more, I guess, accurately, it is the organization that wants a monopoly on crime. They want to be the only ones committing aggravated theft. They want to be the only ones committing assault, committing kidnapping. They want to be, as government, they want to have a monopoly on crime. That's all government ever been. Just think about it. What is an arrest? Every time an officer makes an arrest, how is that not exactly the same as kidnapping for ransom? You are taken at gunpoint against your will and imprisoned until you can pay up. Now, supposedly the police, as I'm always told, are the people that are supposed to be protecting me from kidnapping for ransom. But what they've done is actually just rebrand it. It's the same criminal act, but now all of a sudden it has the legitimacy or the supposed legitimacy of being a state action. What do you think about that, Jeff?
Well, like I say, there's I know like in 2000 when the state legislature met, they passed like 1,200 new laws, and that's probably what they're going to be trying to do here again today this time. But they're laws that are they're not crimes they're just, it'll be, like I say, red light cameras, that'll be an issue. They've authorized blood testing for DUI suspects. I mean, these are the kinds of things that are going to be, and it's going to be, mainly just based upon what they decide is a crime.
Right, and it's a very simple test to determine whether somebody is acting in a criminal nature or not. It's very simple. All you have to determine is, did that person initiate force or violence against another person?
Or the threat.
Yeah, I know that's something that Terry Liberty always included in the definition. I don't know about that. I don't know if simply threatening can be a crime. You could argue that one. I'm not sure about that one, but certainly initiating force. In other words, starting violence. If you do that, you are a criminal. Now, I'm not saying that using violence is always criminal. In fact, violence can be used legitimately for self-defense reasons. What I'm saying is, if there's going to be violence, you shouldn't be the one to start it.
Now, one issue that I think the state legislature will be bringing up, and in which I'm in favor of, I don't even think we should have the state legislature deciding upon this, but they're talking about having open carry guns. You heard that one?
Yeah.
And I support that as somebody who believes in the right to self-defend. I support Texans being able to carry guns openly.
Sadly, Jeff, when it comes to right to defend yourself, the debate usually gets kind of corralled into what the Second Amendment to the Constitution says. It usually that's all the debate's about. What does the Second Amendment mean? Does it mean this? Does it mean that? Personally, I don't care what it means. I don't care what it says. Whether it's in the Constitution or not is irrelevant. You do, as a person, as a human being, have a right to defend yourself, and nobody has a right to monopolize your defense for you. In other words, to force you to be defenseless, and in turn they will defend you. Nobody has a right to do that.
Yes. Okay, so folks, that's basically one of the topics. Now you can call in, talk about anything you want. Once again, I want to encourage you to, for people have access to the internet, check out JeffDavisShow.com. Wendy and Sasanna put a lot of work into it. It's a beautiful site, got a lot of issues, links. You can email us through there, through that site, and check it out, JeffDavisShow.com. With that, folks, we're going to take our first live call of the evening. I would invite you to call in, 477-2288. If you're watching or listening outside of Austin, Texas, area code 512-477-2288. Welcome. You're on live TV.
Hey.
Oh, is this Jeff?
Hey!
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
Not much.
Hey.
I just got off work. I was tuning in. Wanda said y'all were talking about the weddings.
Yes, we did. Congratulations to both of you.
Oh, thank you. Well, appreciate everyone showing up and everything.
Yes. It was, they went to San Antonio last night. Went down the Riverwalk and down through there and for their little quickie little honeymoon.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, it turned out really good.
Yeah, congratulations to both of you.
Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, I decided to call in. I just got off work. Checked out the show. She said y'all were talking about it.
Yes. Yep, sure was. And by the way, a lot of those photos are going to be up on the internet, Jeff, for you and Wanda to, we'll link them up, send them, email them out, get people to check them out.
Cool. Up on your website too, or?
Well, yeah, probably. Yeah, we'll have a link or something up there.
I'm going to put a link up there, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, and anyway, the show's better with you. So I hope you can get back.
Oh yeah, I know. I was expecting to have to work too. But
yeah. So yeah. Anything else?
Well, that's it. I was just tuning in. Good show as always. But I heard y'all were talking about the wedding, so I figured I'd just call in and say what's up.
Yep. Sure was. Everyone here had a great time. Weather was good. Dinner was good. The environment was good.
Oh yeah, it turned out perfect. Yeah, thanks to everyone for showing up.
Yep. It was cool. Now the real work starts. You all have to develop a solid relationship together.
Yeah.
Anything else, Jeff?
No, that's it. I was just a good show as always. So I'd call and say hopefully I'll be there next week.
Well, congratulations to both of you, and we love you both.
All right, love you too, yeah.
Okay.
I should get some other people.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff. That's Jeff Davis Jr., folks, married as of yesterday. Folks that are interested can check out Sasan and Wendy's Flickr sets, photo sets, and check out the wedding pictures. Okay, welcome. You're on live TV.
How are you, Jeff?
Yes, sir. Howdy.
Dave Smithers here.
Dave Smithers?
Yes, sir.
There you go. Gary was just asking about you.
Yeah. Well, I'm not in a federal prison after I met with the FBI. It's been more than a month. Nobody's come knocking on my door. Haven't seen a lawsuit coming my way for slander or libel, so I wonder what's going on here, folks.
Yeah.
Jeff, maybe we should give some background into who Mr. Smithers is.
Yeah, well, David is you're calling from Rockwall?
Yes, sir.
Rockwall, Texas.
It's about just a little over 200 miles north of you guys.
Yeah, and he's called into the show about 3 or 4 times. He's been a guest, in studio guest 2 times. And basically, he's just another one of these Williamson County horror stories who got caught up in the system and decided to fight back. And he's turned information over to the FBI. We've gone to different news organizations to inform them. And so, what's the latest, David?
Well, it literally is impossible to get justice in Williamson County. That's kind of what I've realized. I've had meetings. Some I can't tell you because I've been nice and met with people unofficially and off the record, but I've met with just about all the powerful people in Round Rock that have things that have power. And I have provided all evidence. I've provided proof beyond all reasonable doubt. I've told the FBI I'm willing to come in and take a polygraph anytime that they want. They've told me what I provided is enough to prove theft, which is a Class B misdemeanor. Officers lied on reports. The county prosecutor made an illegal federal firearms. It seems like nobody in that county knows what they're doing, and certainly nobody's going to take responsibility for their inept and just loss of total understanding of the people that they're dealing with. They think that they've got the power because they have the guns. And we have the numbers. And so, you're going to run out of bullets eventually, guys. But the people are going to stand up and they're going to fight you. And I'm just one of those people that I'm not going to roll over and play dead. These cops are going to pay. And if it takes 5 or 6 or 7 years, that's what it's going to take. But, boy, if you guys find yourselves in Williamson County, slow it down. Don't be caught riding dirty. Don't speed, don't do anything. Just get out of that county as fast as you can. Pray to God, thank Him for a safe travel through the 28 miles of nightmare, and just go on about your day. If you have friends or know people that have been busted in Williamson County, give all those people the benefit of the doubt, because what is officially on the public record and what unofficially really happened are two totally different things. People are being forced to swallow deals because they're saying, if you don't swallow this deal, we're going to arrest you and throw you in jail again. It's going to cost you $7,000. So you have a choice. You either pay $50 and you walk out, or you pay $7,000 and we're going to throw you in jail again. I mean, after you've depleted $20,000 worth of your savings trying to defend your good name, then you've proven it beyond all reasonable doubt, and then they say, you know what, I'm glad you've proven it, but here, you have to eat this deal or you're going to jail again. And I'm like, it makes no sense. And then they violate federal firearms laws in their deals. I mean, to me, it's just an absolute, nobody knows what's going on there, and I'm just waiting for somebody to come after me and sue me for libel or slander, because you know what, guys, the proof's on you, and the proof is in my hand that everything I say you've done. And Jeff, I just can't thank you and your show for at least being the sounding barrier. I mean, to for people to understand this county needs some serious tune-up, and I just don't know what else I can do. If the feds take 2 or 3 or 4 years, then that's what I have to wait for, is 2 or 3 or 4 years.
Have you heard anything else regarding media coverage, David?
Well, we are still I still have a trial that we're trying to actually get to. It's the people are playing all these games, and the legal system is what it is, and everybody, I've got lawyers saying I shouldn't even be talking to you guys on the phone or doing anything. And, in essence, once the trial happens, it's going to happen sometime, hopefully, in the next 4 or 5 months. Once I get the police on the stand, then all the protection that they've given their officers, all the we refuse to discuss it. Because right now, the media is saying, we've got this guy's story, we'd like to hear from you, and it's a no comment. So there is no way that anybody's going to go forward with a story. And no matter how thin the pancake is, there are two sides to the story. I think the video clearly proves that what I said is true. And if the police or the feds have any problems with me, they know exactly where I'm at. So, I mean, I'm not running from anybody. I'm not locked up in jail, and I'm certainly not going through Williamson County again until there's a trial.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you guys, really, because, you allowed me to vent and blow off some steam, and I have had a number of inquiries. And it's, I'm not doing this because I'm mad. I mean, it upset me to be so rousted and so literally run through the whole grinder. But it's not a matter of anger or vengeance against these cops. This is a matter of what is right, legally right, morally right, and you guys punished me. And
by the way, David, it was in the local news here. I don't have all the full details. I have very little information, but it was in a couple, at least 2 of the local news networks here.
Yeah.
That a Williamson County Sheriff's deputy just got arrested for he's been charged with first it was theft and assault, but now they've dropped the theft charges, and he's been charged with assault. So just in the last 3 or 4 months, that's two rogue officers that the local news media has reported on. That Jimmy Fennell and now this Williamson County Sheriff deputy. That's 2 rogue officers just right there, and these are just the ones that are actually being reported on.
Absolutely. For every one that you hear, there are tons out there. I mean, you've said tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of victims, and you know what? I thought that there's just no way to be that number. And then I've done some research on what Williamson County and how many people have thrown into jail. Your number is if not accurate, it's understated.
Oh, yeah, over the last 5 decades, yeah, they've terrorized people massively up there.
Yeah, well, it's going to take some time. The wheels of justice turn slow, and there's no way they're going to grind me to a halt. They've got no power to charge me with anything right now, and I've proven, I've proven to Jim Noose, the city manager, who is in charge of the police. I've shown him the videotape. I've shown him audio. It took 43 days for the county to comply with a Texas Public Information Act. They're supposed to have 10 days before they turn everything over, or it's a violation of state laws. It took more than 40 days. I had to go into the county and show them. This guy was on the phone for 9 minutes. Oh, well, we only gave you a minute and a half, but now we'll give you the 9 since you caught us, and it's like, well, can I have the officer's notes? And they said, well, the officers don't take notes, so there are no notes. So, if you're in Williamson County dealing with cops, go to trial. And if the Williamson County cop pulls out his notes, then you know what? The city manager and his people have lied. They've said that, the cops don't keep a personal notebook. When I was on the duty, I still have my notebooks from all the interactions I had with people, arrests, stolen cars, everything that I dealt with. I still have all that information because you never know when you have to go back. But these guys are covering their officers. They've got evidence in their face, and nobody's going down.
It's worse than that, David. We actually ran a show several months back. Actually, technically, Jim Spencer, one of the local news anchors, did this story where the Williamson County attorney, John Bradley, openly bragged about terrorizing the population of Williamson County. He came out onto television publicly and stated, "We keep people in line through fear."
Yes, that they do, and everybody who's listening and has had issues with the Williamson County Police, sleep a little better tonight, knowing that I have made their life a living hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I am on the phone to them 2-3 times a week, saying, you know what, where's this, where's that? Are you going to charge your officers? Can you give me official explanations? Oh, we'll tell you over the phone. No, I don't want anything over the phone. I want you to send it to me in writing. My pamphlet portfolio is about 2 inches thick now, with all sorts of things. I mean, the whole county. To me, it is almost impossible to fathom so many officers and so many different public officials being rogues. But oh my God, I've gone through this. I've experienced it. I have everything documented either on videotape, photographs, or in their own handwriting. And still, what do you do? What do you do when you literally talk to the city manager who is in charge of the police? You prove the officers have stolen from you. You've proven the officers lied on their reports. And you know what? I don't think a single officer has had a bad review put into his jacket. So when the police say none of these officers have had any reprimands in their jacket, that carries no water for me. Because you know what? I know your cops are lying, and they don't have anything in their jackets. So, I have to wait another 4 or 5 months to get to trial. Once we are in trial, this is going to blow up bigger than, this is going to happen. But if it takes 6 years, it's going to happen. I don't care. I'm not giving up until the feds actually tell me, you know what, we're going to let these law officers who are acting criminally, we're going to allow them to keep doing that to the people.
Then we go after the FBI too. Then
no, bottom line is once the feds take an official position and they say, you know what, we either care and we're going to protect our citizens and uphold the Constitution, and if 5 or 6 or 7 officers get slapped, the entire county and the entire Southwest Texas realizes that there is some sort of a justice out there. But if all of these officers get to walk away scot-free, then it does nothing but solidify the fact that the biggest gang in the state of Texas is state funded.
Yeah, well, we were just talking about that. Yeah.
And I guess the hardest part to this, I don't want to say I've had a mental meltdown, but I joined the Army to defend the Constitution. I swore an oath to defend the Constitution. I went through multiple years of law enforcement training to do nothing but support and defend the Constitution and the rights of the citizens. And to see an entire law enforcement agency so cavalier about literally, as you say, pressurizing people and finding out how to hurt them and twisting them and using your ability of saying, listen, I'm going to throw you in jail again and charge you with crimes that I know you're innocent of unless you make a deal with me, because I can't walk out of this courtroom with nothing in my hand. I'm going to get something. And if it's only a $50 fine, at least I got something from you. Well, I hope you guys enjoy your $50 fine, because right now I know the sleepless nights that these cops are dealing with. I know the fact that there are a lot of people out there that know the ball has dropped, and they're just waiting for it to hit them on the head.
Cool. David, we'll have you back on sometime.
Yes, I will come down there real soon, but I wanted to call you really and thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Gary was, and let me just reiterate, David, you're not the only one that's fighting them. Just so you know that. This show has been exposing them since like 2000.
And Randy Kelton's done a pretty good
job
himself.
Randy Kelton's been fighting them. I've gotten calls from people that are so. And like I said, just the things that I've seen, I watch a little bit of the local news, not every little word, but a little bit of the local news from time to time. And there have been 2 Williamson County, one Williamson County sheriff's deputy and a Round Rock or a Georgetown police officer that basically one was charged with kidnapping and rape, and the other. And this latest one was assault. Initially, it was theft and assault. Just in the last 6 months, there was basically the Round Rock police just basically shot and murdered a naked man in full view of the public.
Oh yeah, no,
so these are things that I've seen on the local news here just in the last 6 months or so. So just imagine what we're not seeing.
Well,
but the point is, they're making so many people angry that there's a lot of people fighting them, and I for one think that eventually they're going to be cleaned out up there.
Well, I have to give kudos to my wife and my children who have put up with me being a nightmare person to be around for the last year and a half, and if it wasn't for their support, their love, I would have lost it. I mean, there are many times where I think I could have lost it. And cops, when you take everything from a person, when you take all their money, when their wife and kids pack up and leave because they can't handle it, if you had done this to anybody who didn't have control, then the Round Rock Police Department would have made international news because somebody would have gone Waco on them. And, I would never threaten that to do that personally, but my God, there's only so many people that you can kick in the teeth before somebody actually steps up and not only kicks you in the teeth, but burns your entire house to the ground. And I'm really, really bummed at the fact that these cops are making my brothers and sisters throughout the entire nation look bad. But if they run on fear, then I know that they're fearful now because they don't know what to expect from me. One day I tell them I'm happy and I don't need anything else, and all of a sudden I got lawyers throwing subpoenas at them, and they're going, I thought this was done. No, guys. This is not done until I see your cops